Hey everyone, thank you so much for being here today. My name is Denise. I'm also known as heywigsister on Instagram and Facebook. Today I'm here to bring you a wig review in partnership with Envy. This is a brand new style just launched on March 1st, 2023. This is Lisa in the color Toasted Sesame. Lisa is made with Envy hair fibers, which are a blend of 70% heat-friendly synthetic, 30% human hair. I'm doing a series actually on these Envy hair fibers. I've been bringing you many different styles in these fibers because they are, not only are they really wonderful, I love Envy hair fibers. I think it really combines the best of heat-friendly synthetic with human hair. Really, you get the best of both worlds, but also because they are a little bit more expensive than regular synthetic, because you do have that premium blend, and a lot of times they combine it with premium cap features. So I think it's really important that you are able to see reviews on these styles so that you can make a good decision, one that will work best for your own personal style. So if you want to know more about Lisa, stick around. Once again, I have to thank Envy for partnering with me on these reviews. Envy did send me this piece. They are as committed as I am to getting information out to all of you about these styles. And so I'm really, really grateful for their support and their partnership. Now, Lisa is a brand new style. It just launched on March 1st. There are 3 new styles that launched on March 1st in these Envy hair blend, and I have all 3. So you will be seeing reviews of all 3 of these from me, and I'm really excited. They are really cute, and I think they've done a great job. Now, Lisa is a long bob, and it actually has some layers. So we've got some long layers here, which gives this not only super natural movement, but it makes it look so realistic. I mean, this, if you are looking for the most realistic wig, a realistic density, a realistic fiber, the fibers on these Envy hair blends are the best. I'm not even exaggerating. I absolutely love these fibers. I love human hair, and I do love synthetic. I have kind of preferences when it comes to all the fibers, but I really think that Envy knocked it out of the park with these Envy hair wigs because they move and feel so incredibly realistic. You get some of the longevity that comes with human hair, but you get the style consistency that comes with synthetic. Now, the heat-friendly synthetic on here, so far, in my opinion, is not proving to be an issue. I have Zoe, which is a bob as well, and it goes to about my shoulders. This one is just a little bit different than Zoe. This one has some layers, and I will maybe do a comparison for you guys of the two. Zoe also has a fully hand-tied cap, and this one does not. But I wear that Zoe all the time, and these ends are not getting frizzy. They are not getting frayed. It truly, in my opinion, is the best of both heat-friendly synthetic and human hair. I don't know how they did it, but I'm really happy that they did. Let's take a look at this one from all sides. Now that I've played with her and messed her up a little bit, let me straighten her out for you guys. Do you see how naturally my hands just flow through this piece? I mean, who would have ever thought that you could throw a wig on and do this? But you can. It's really great. All right, let me show this one to you from all sides. Now, one thing I really love about these fibers is they are so silky that you really can just run your hands through this and it just is seamless. I get no tangling at all in my Zoe. It's almost unbelievable. My bio hair, which has been growing out so I can do some new content with a little bit of longer hair, tangles terribly, and so it's not abnormal for hair to tangle, but for some reason these Envy wigs really barely tangle. I have heard from a few of you that own some of these Envy hair wigs, and you said yours do tangle a little bit. My Zoe does not tangle at all. No matter how long I wear it, I don't get tangles in that one, and so far I've been playing with this one some, and I don't get any tangles in this one either. So the fibers really are something special. Now, in all 3 of these caps, we have the same cap construction. We have a extended lace front that goes all the way down to the ear tabs, so you get all of this. All this lace front all the way down. Now you can see some of my bio hair poking out. I will talk a little bit about that. But when you get an extended lace front like this, you get so much realism and styling flexibility. So if you are someone who likes to tuck your wigs, it looks really natural all the way down to the ears, and this tucks so well because it's a lower density. You also can take this one and you can pull it up. So let's say you want to get it out of your face, and it really doesn't hang in the face, at least mine doesn't. But let's say you want to get it up, you're going to be doing some stuff and you're going to be putting your head down, so you want to clip it up. Super, super realistic looking. You can do braids with this one. You can do even a low pony. You know, it's not a super long piece, but it's long enough that you could do a low pony, and then you've got all that realism. This also has a full mono top, and that is, again, all three of these in the new launch have the exact same cap construction. So you've got a full mono top. I just let it part where it wanted to naturally part, which is a little bit off center. But you can change that part anywhere on the top. I'll take this cap off so you can see it. But you can change that part. You can do a left part. You can do a right part. You can do whatever you want. And now I've got fibers sticking in my lip gloss. You can do anything you want with the parting. Let me just take that off and show that cap to you. Really gives you a lot of flexibility. So this is what the cap looks like. You've got that full monofilament top. That's what that is. All up here is all parting space. You've got that extended lace front all the way down to the ear tabs. This right here is silicone, and that helps with security. It really doesn't make much of a difference if you have bio hair. It doesn't hurt or help. It doesn't pull on your bio hair, but it also doesn't make it stick to it. But if you don't have any hair at all, with something like this, you could probably wear this without a wig grip or anything, and it would stay secure. And then the ear tabs are actually made out of this silicone as well. There is a metal stay in there, which I really like because it gives nice security on the sides. You can sort of bend that in just slightly so it sits really flat. But because these ear tabs are made like this, there is no bulk in those ear tabs. I showed you how you can tuck. You can wear glasses with these. If you struggle with ear tabs that have the velvety texture that are a little bit thicker, you might love these then, because they really give hardly any bulk at the sides here. We have an extended nape, and we have Velcro adjusters. The rest of this is wefted, so that gives it it helps to keep it cooler because you've got all the open wefting, and so it definitely helps with airflow when you have open wefting. Now, one thing I want to mention, because of this silicone, it is just slightly visible on that monofilament. I'll put it back on and I'll show you what I mean by that. Let me look in my mirror. It's not really terrible, but depending on how you part your hair and in some lighting, you might see a little line there that kind of gives away that there is something underneath that parting space. A couple of things about that. Number one, people are not observant. I think it would be the rare person that would ever notice that. This wig looks so realistic. It has the most realistic density. There's no bulk here, no poof at all. There's no permatease. This is, I mean, when it comes to realism, something like this is not going to give away that you're wearing a wig. So if you struggle, this could be a great one because it just doesn't have any of that volume. So I don't think anybody's going to be looking that close at your hairline or at your parting space. But if you are super sensitive to that, all you need is some face powder and a makeup brush. It can be loose powder, it can be pressed powder, something that's already in your makeup box, or you can go purchase something at the dollar store. But all you have to do is you have to dab on a little bit of powder there. Not only will that give the part line really realistic look, it will help blend out anything that you might see through the part. I love doing that with my wigs. It's my go-to to put a little bit of powder on the part line on my wigs. And so it's a viable solution. If you worry about that silicone being visible, that's all you have to do. It really will make all the difference. Now let's talk about fit. Envy wigs really fit true to average. I find that they are smack dab true to average. I have a 22-inch circumference. I actually can cinch these in just a little bit, and they have some stretch. I get a little bit of extra cap up here, and when I do this, you can kind of see that, but it's not an extreme amount of cap. It's just enough that I can recommend this for my truly across the board average headed sisters. Super, super comfortably and looks great. For my wig sisters who cut bangs in every wig that they buy, I think you can cut bangs in this one, but here's my caution. The one I have has just a little bit of lift in the front here, kind of like a natural cowlick that a lot of women have at the hairline. If yours comes with lift like that, you can fix that by taking heat to it. And because this is heat friendly and human hair, you can style this with heat. Just take a little bit of heat. A hot comb works great for resetting a part line, for smoothing down bangs, but you don't need a hot comb. You can use a round brush and a hair dryer. You can use a hot air brush. I mean, whatever you have, you can try, but a hot comb can be a great tool for you to have in your toolbox if you find that you need to fix bangs a lot on your wigs, or if on these full mono tops you feel you need to reset that part line. Let me talk a little bit about that. I'm gonna grab, here, let me grab a comb here so that you can see what I mean. So this came with basically a center part. If you don't like the part that it came with, you can take your comb and you can readjust that part. So just, you know, take it and set a new part line. Now, most wigs will be resistant to having that part reset. They're gonna wanna spring back just like this. And the reason why they do that is because all of these fibers are hand knotted into that monofilament. And you just need to get those knots to redirect their position. And sometimes that is easy and it just takes, you know, changing it and then going like this. Don't tug super hard so you're, you know, damaging the wig, but I'm just trying to coax these knots to switch directions. Sometimes that's all it takes. But if you have a particularly resistant piece, then that's where a hot comb can be such a help. I have a video where I show you how to take a hot comb to a part line, to smooth it out, to maybe reset it. And I also show you in that video how to get lift in the front with a hot comb. I will link that in the description of this video so that you can go watch that if you find that it would be helpful on your wig wearing journey. But that's the other benefit of these type of fibers. They will respond really well to heat so that you can make your wig your own. All right, color. This color is Toasted Sesame. Toasted Sesame is a beautiful light brown, dark blonde blend. It's got such beautiful dynamic color in it. There's highlighting, there's low lighting, and it's got a very soft and very subtle root. Let me show this to you. I struggle even to consider this a rooted color. Basically, what they did, you see how we've got highlights and lowlights running through this? It's like they took that low light and that's what they concentrated up at the root. It's so natural. So if you are a light brown, if you gravitate toward maybe light browns or very dark blondes, but you struggle with the rooting, I think this is one to look at because it's so natural. It almost looks like this is your base hair color, and then they just did some foils and brought some, you know, subtle, lighter tones all throughout. I'm gonna get asked, is it warm or is it cool? I would consider this neutral, leaning warm. It's not a super warm color, but it has warmth in it. It also doesn't really have a lot of red. I would say that it's, you know, it's really more golden. It's like a golden light brown with subtle dimension. It's a beautiful color. I think a lot of women will be able to wear this because it isn't super warm. It's not really ashy though. It's kind of neutral to warm, like I said, and it really straddles that line between dark blonde and light brown. If I had to pick one, it's more light brown. It's not really terribly blonde. All right, guys, let's get outside so you can see this color outside. Thank you once again to Envy. I'll throw her on for you so you can see her on me one more time before we get outside, for sending me Lisa so I could show everybody. I really do love these fibers. Please let me know if you have questions. I have experience with my Zoe, like I said, and I'm always happy to answer. All right, you guys, let's get outside. All right, friends, we're outside with Toasted Sesame. I will apologize in advance for two things. The first, it's very overcast, but it's the time of year that we're in. And the second is I don't have a dark background, so you get good contrast on this lighter color. I wish I did. I may have to talk to my husband about some sort of a solution next year, this year, when the weather turns nicer, because I know having a contrasting background can help. I just don't have it. It probably wouldn't matter anyway. There's so much snow I couldn't really get out into the yard, but I really love this Toasted Sesame color a lot. I tend to be partial toward rooted wigs. This really isn't rooted, but I love the low lights, how dynamic it is. It's a great light brown, dark blonde. I think it makes it very wearable for a lot of people, including me. All right. There was your look. Look at those guys. They're struggling out there in all that snow. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys soon. Hey friends, I was editing my review of Lisa and I realized I never addressed the visible lace that you could see throughout this video. So I wanted to come back the next day and address this. Let's talk about this lace. So like I had mentioned in the review, the lace on this piece is all the way down to the ear tab, and you can see that right there. And on me, it is pretty visible. And part of the reason for that is because my hairline is really low here on the sides, and the lace actually covers my hairline. Let's see if I can show you. So there's some of my little wispy right there, and you can see that. Now, pushing in these ear tabs, they have metal stays in them, and when you squeeze them so that they bend inwards just a little bit, that pushes that flat against your head and does help if you experience some lifting there. A couple of options, if you have a similar hairline to me and you find the same issue, a couple of options that you have. The first option would be to trim the lace right here. Just trim that lace back. You don't have to trim it all the way up to the front if you don't mind how that part of the lace looks. You can just sort of graduate it up and trim that a little bit. I would recommend using a pinking shears to do that. It will give it a bit of a scalloped edge. I think a scalloped edge is a little bit more forgiving. You don't see a straight line when you create a scalloped edge on your lace with a pinking shears. And I do have a video where I show you how to do that. That's one solution. Another solution would be to buzz your hair or just shave your low hairline. Just get rid of some of that hair. You know, if you don't use your hair for blending, if you never go out with your bio hair alone, maybe you don't need the hair right there. When I buzzed my hair, I didn't have the same issues of hair showing when I didn't have maybe perfect fit on a wig or perfect coverage. And that was very helpful. Now I do find that I like to blend my hair a lot with my wigs. I do sometimes think that can help with realism. So I'll take my rat tail comb, which I don't have down here with me. I'll pull out some of my hair from the wig grip that I'm wearing to pull it down, and then I'll blend it if it blends well with a wig that I have. And so if I were to cut the lace right here back, then I could do that and I could blend my hair and it would be a seamless transition. So I just wanted to point that out. The fact that you can see this lace on me does not mean that you're going to be able to see the lace on you. But you may find in some manufacturers and some lace is visible and other lace isn't. When that happens to me, I just trim it back with the pinking shears. It definitely helps a ton and makes all the difference. So I just wanted to point that out in case you're struggling with that and offer you a potential solution. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy to help.